Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to The Camera Adds 10 Pounds. I'm your host, Peter Surs. Before we start, I just want to tell you, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, do me a favor, leave a review, rate it, subscribe it if you want, share it, tell a friend. That'd be great. But anyway, without further ado, my guest today, I've been wanting to have this person on for a while, and just like everybody else, we all have things going on. But I think you guys are going to enjoy the story. She is a fitness model / entrepreneur and all kinds of cool things, and you guys are going to love her. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Chanel Renee.
Woohoo.
That's you.
That is me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to Koreatown.
Thank you so much for having me. I've never been over here before. It's interesting, dude. I kind of like it.
I mean, if I'm being honest, if you didn't have this, podcast scheduled, there probably wouldn't be another reason to come to Koreatown. Is that safe to say? I mean, I'm not sure. I used to live in Korea. I used to live very close to here, but it was because it was like really, Koreatown's really cheap. But other than that, it's just like, if you don't like Korean barbecue.
Right. That's why I was like, that would be a reason to come to Koreatown. I like food.
Yeah. I mean, you might like it. Although, I feel like you like Korean barbecue?
Sometimes.
It's very expensive for what it is. For
like
what
you're
it is.
Cooking your own food sometimes.
And I don't I don't need to cook my own food, man.
I could stay at home to do that.
But one of the reasons, a couple of reasons I wanted it. One, everyone that comes on here has some kind of fitness story of some sort. Everybody's different. Mm-hmm. Your fitness story, though, so like I said, fitness model. But I think like when people see fitness models, they're like, oh, that person's probably genetically gifted, blah, 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 right? Just natural. Right. And I know that you weren't always in the shape that you're in now.
You can say it. I was fat.
I mean, I'm not going to say that, but if you want to say it.
I was. I was very fat.
You very fat.
Yeah.
Because you lost over 50 pounds, right?
Yep.
That's like your thing?
Yep. There's plenty of girls on Instagram that have lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, for sure.
Holy shit, girl, high five.
Like Fitty Britty.
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
No.
She's like
but it sounds like,
She's like I guess I hate the term influencer, but she's definitely that. She lost over 100 pounds, but she's still a bigger girl, and she's very honest on her Instagram, but that's her thing. It's a lot of people flock to her because to people that are bigger than her, the fact that she's lost that much, even though she's still bigger than your average fitness model, it's inspiring to them. And
absolutely, I see stuff like that of guys and girls all the time, and it still inspires me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not that big anymore, body dysmorphia is a hell of a drug. So it's not literally a drug, but just emotionally, you're just totally stupid on it. You're just oh my god, I still feel fat. Oh, I still see myself at 170 something pounds. I got all the way down to 119. My implants weigh 10 pounds, dude. I was a walking stick with tits. I was like, fuck this. So now I'm maintaining 130.
10 pounds
healthy.
Each or total?
Total.
Okay, so 5 pounds on each. Okay.
More than a handful, buddy. You're in trouble, okay?
I like your shirt too.
Yes.
That's you have a clothing line.
Yes.
Yes, and that's one of the things on the clothing line. If you guys are listening, her shirt says "Fake Parts, Real Hearts," which I like.
Yes, and there's also a version for women who aren't plastic anywhere, and it says "Keeping it real inside and out," and real is heavily accentuated.
Oh, I get it.
So,
I like that.
Yeah.
So did you get let's talk about your fitness journey. So you were overweight for you,
yes.
And then something happened. You're just hey, I don't want to look like this anymore.
I wanted to model, and I went to one of those modeling agencies. It's oh, we found you on MySpace. I'm aging myself right now. And they're you're so beautiful. You should come in and we'll do a test shoot, and then we'll, have you pay for your headshots and stuff. And I'm okay. So I went in and I saved and paid $600 to this dude that looked like Jack Black in a sweatsuit and a cowboy hat with long hair. It was just, no. And he was shooting this other girl that was 6 feet tall, long blonde hair, flawless skin, 17 and 100 pounds soaking wet. She was so gorgeous. Kept taking more pictures of her than me, but we paid the same amount. So I said, hey, why are you taking more pictures of her than me? So he walked up to me, grabbed me by the fat of my stomach and said, this is disgusting. I'm done shooting you. Oh. I went on a diet the next day.
Wait, so this is, what year is this? This is pre-Me Too.
This is probably around
early 2000s.
Yeah, well, you could say that 2006ish, 2007 maybe. Okay.
So my point being is that's already a time when a dude just grabbing a girl by the stomach and saying, "Hey, this is disgusting," is unacceptable. It's probably unacceptable in any time period except whenever Mad Men takes place. That's probably like when it was fine.
That's what, like the 50s?
Yeah, I think so. You watch Mad Men, Paul? When does Mad Men take place? Like in the 50s, right? I think so. 40s, 50s. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Women couldn't be talked to at that time like that.
Yeah.
But not now. Not in 2006.
No.
That's fucked up, man. So that was like word for word. That's what he said.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. And the other thing was like I wanted to be a playmate, but I knew I was too fat to be a playmate because ever since I was a kid, it was like Pamela Anderson, Yasmin Blaze, all these women. They're beautiful, and I was always told I was ugly because I had acne and I had elf ears and I was really gangly and skinny. Then I got on heavy acne medication, and that's how I got fat. Was all the acne medication and the weird diet they had me on. So it was like, okay, well, I can at least be a normal model. Maybe I'm not pretty enough to be a playmate or skinny enough. And then I lost like 50 pounds, and then I wanted to try out for Playboy, and my boobs. It was like, dude, I'm trying out for Playboy, not National Geographic. Fix that shit, yo. So I saved up and I bought my first boob job.
Okay, so you didn't have... Okay, I get it. Okay. I'm just doing the timeline here.
Yeah, so that was... It took me 3 months to lose 50 pounds, and then another couple months later.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's actually not normal.
I didn't even know what I was doing, though. But
Okay.
I cut out... I didn't know what a keto diet was, or,
Right.
low carb, or South Beach, or whatever the hell name you want to put on it.
Right.
But I was like, okay, if I stop eating, like bread and pasta and rice and potato chips and French fries and ice cream, like, yeah. So I would allow myself 1 scoop of ice cream at the end of the week. Every week, and that's all I could have.
And this is pre-Halo Top, so this is like real
this is
ice cream.
like full on. I'm that girl who used to buy the $5 giant tub of ice cream that you could like fit a small baby in, and I would just sit there and like I used to just eat it straight out of the freaking carton. So that's probably another reason why I was kind of fat.
Okay.
But yeah, only allowing myself a scoop of ice cream a week.
1 scoop.
One
Not like
scoop.
a bowl, but
And
1
yeah,
scoop.
like
So
take the ice cream scooper and that's just your little scoop. But that's all I had.
That's
and then the rest of the
willpower.
time, hardcore willpower because I love ice cream.
Yeah, who doesn't?
So yeah, and then it was just like eggs and just salads and that kind of thing, fish. So I was just, and I didn't like fish at the time, but I was just really trying hard because I was okay, I really need to lose weight if I really want to do this. So I did. And it wasn't easy, and I still wasn't perfect, and especially after I got my retarded clown tits put on, there were lots of agencies that were like, well, your boobs are too big to be an agency model. We don't take models like that. And thank God for social media now. They're like, big boobs, big butts, we don't give a fuck. As long as people follow you, we'll fucking pay you.
Yeah. I don't have that problem yet. Maybe I should get some boobs. I was thinking about, so I'm a big baseball fan, and I don't know if you follow baseball at all, but in the World Series, did you see this, Paul? Says, I don't know what game it was. I think it was Game 7, but basically, you're watching a baseball game, and usually when you watch it on TV, you're watching it from the center field, so you're like, you can see from behind the pitcher. So there's these 2 girls behind home plate that were on live TV, and they flashed. And they both had amazing, artificial breasts. But they both flashed, and they got kicked out of the stadium. But they did it because they're launching like a website, like a modeling / I don't think it's porn, but it's like provocative photos.
Yeah.
I think it's called Boobs, or Big Boobs or something like that. But they both now have like 500,000 followers from fucking, and they got banned from Major League Baseball for life. So they can't go to any more. I don't know how they're going to enforce that because it's not like they have like facial recognition software like at the game. But like officially, they got a letter saying you are hereby banned lifetime.
Thanks for giving me that idea, by the way.
Dude,
I don't like sports, so I don't care if you ban me.
I mean, I thought about it. So I'm planning this thing for next season. So like I said, I'm a big baseball fan where I'm going to go to all 30 of the Major League Baseball stadiums. I'm going to go and see a game at each stadium, and while I'm there, I'm going to do shows in each city.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just combining like both of my passions. But I'm like, at the end of it, I will have already seen every Major League ballpark. I should go to a game, show my dick. Maybe that'll get me 500,000 followers. You don't think it's gonna work?
I don't think so.
You think it's just guys that are following these girls? You don't think I'll get like a big female following? No. What do you think? If you saw a dude do that on television. Because these girls both, literally, they probably have more than that, but like, they have 500,000 followers each now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they probably get 500,000 dick pics now, too.
I mean, I could think of worse things.
True.
Because you can
make money off of that.
Because like you said,
There's a return on that.
You can monetize your account once you get a certain amount of followers and whatever. Like, so that's what they did. It was pretty smart what they did.
I think it is. kind of dangerous to a degree and disrespectful to your average person that's not into boobs.
Right.
Being exposed in public. But smart marketing wise.
I hate to talk about this, but like, who's honestly not into boobs? Like, guys like them, obviously, but girls like them too.
Insecure women.
Okay, that's fair. But isn't that the problem with everything?
It's all about insecurity. Men and women are both very insecure because it's, survival of the fittest and, who's dominant and, I want that. Don't get in the way of that. I want it.
I agree.
Or like, that's mine. Don't entice what's mine.
Right.
Well, then get your fucking ass in the gym or go buy a pair of boobs.
That's what I'm talking about. Just do it. It's not that hard. You can save up, or this is actually something too. So you recognize that you wanted to be like, a model or a bikini model and play, and so you took it upon yourself to lose the weight. Okay. Yeah. And I talked about this on this podcast too, but I was so upset. You remember a few months ago when they had the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and then there's this whole like online outrage because there were no plus size models.
And no trans,
right? And then the CEO, they asked him about it, and he was like, "Yeah," and people don't want to see that, and people were like so pissed off. So my thing is, if you're a company, whatever your company is, if you're selling water, you have the right to use whoever you think will sell your product best.
I agree.
Yeah. So if you think that it's going to be with a certain type of body, then yeah, that's it.
I totally agree. And I also think that it's within their right to choose who they feel is going to be more appealing to the general public. Now, people who are attracted to larger women, there is most definitely an audience for that. High five, girlfriend. You do you, boo-boo. I'm totally down with that. Trans, I totally support you. Yep. I don't care what your situation is. Be happy. But not everybody is copacetic with that, and that freaking sucks that not everybody's accepting of you, and my heart goes out to you. But you know what? If you guys are offended by it, why don't you guys create your own, lingerie line?
Yes.
There's like that, the heavier set girl, Tosh, I think is her name or something. She was like behind all that, like bitching about it. And I'm like, girlfriend, you got millions of followers.
Yes.
You make lots of money. Create your own freaking lingerie line. Yeah. And a certain community would be more than happy to put it on the Logo Network, I'm sure, or WeTV or whatever it is.
Logo Network is.
It's the gay network.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's where they have like, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's different. And I don't at all mean for that to sound insulting.
Of course,
but
no,
it's just,
I get it.
I mean, I'm straight as the day is long. I fucking love Logo, yo. So I will watch whatever you put out there. I don't care. And I have trans friends. I think that some of them are fucking hotter than I am.
Exactly. I mean,
but again, like, the general public is not ready for that.
Yeah, and it was to me, it was like, okay, I want to be on Comedy Central or Netflix. Mm-hmm. I can't just complain online and get put on there. Eventually, like, just the talent or what they're going to see something and then say, okay, now we're going to put you. But like, you can't guilt them into doing it. And that's what I think you guys are going about this wrong. Some people have to work. Like, a lot of these girls, I know some of the girls, like, they work their asses off to be on that stage.
Oh yeah.
So to be like, okay, well, I just want to eat pizza and then cry about it and then complain and then get to be on. It's like, that's not how it works, dude. It's like,
well, the other thing is, if you want to like really make a point, then go do your own show.
Yes.
And show them like, look at the numbers, look at how many people do want to see that. Then they're going to be like, okay, now you're putting your money where your mouth is. Now you're showing me that there is, some validity to like you wanting to have larger women or trans in the Victoria's Secret show. I don't care who the hell is wearing it as long as it looks good. But, to husbands that don't want to see that, or boyfriends, whatever, that are spending the money on Victoria's Secret, they're not watching the fashion show to look at something that they don't want to see their wife in or their girlfriend.
I agree. I like it. Okay, so back to your weight loss. So you just did it yourself. You didn't hire anybody.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I walked everywhere all the time.
That's a big thing. I talk about that all the time. I walk everywhere. I hate driving, so I only drive when I drive here because I think this is like 4 miles from my house, maybe a little bit less, but like I drive here, but if I'm not driving to a show, like I walk everywhere. And it adds up, dude. Like it adds up so much just walking. We don't walk. Most people don't walk that much. You don't have to run. You don't have to like do something crazy. Just walk more than you're walking now.
Yep. I love New York. You walk everywhere in New York.
I was in Chicago like 2 weeks ago and I was like, dude, it was freezing. It was like 30 degrees. But I was just like, I just feel the energy just walking around because I walk around here, but a lot of people don't. Like, yeah, I love places that I can go where I don't need a car. I just fucking check into my hotel and then walk everywhere. Like, I love it. It's great. So you walked a lot?
Oh, yeah. Walked a lot, and I really watched what I ate. And years later, as anybody who does know who I am knows, I met Rich Piana.
That's
the
right.
infamous Rich Piana.
How do you say his last name?
Piana.
Piana. And he's like a bodybuilder, basically.
Yeah, he was Mr. California.
Yeah.
And
he was jacked. I mean, he was huge.
Fucking huge. He was ginormous. So my waist is 26 inches and his arms were 24.
That's what I was like, his arms were like humongous.
I was like, yeah, either your arms need to be bigger or I need to lose more weight so they're the same size.
24. So he had Hulk Hogan arms.
Yep, they were ridiculous.
Hulk Hogan had 24-inch pythons. That was like his thing. 24-inch pythons.
Brother.
Come down, you brother. Yeah, of course. Come on. I loved Hulk. The very first episode of this podcast was just me kind of explaining why I wanted to start the podcast. And one of the things I talked about was when I was, for my 9th birthday, because I was a big Hulk Hogan fan. I watched wrestling like every other kid my age. I got a Hulkamania workout. I asked for it. It was a Hulkamania workout set. So it came with 2 dumbbells. I feel like they were 3-pounders. I don't have them anymore. It came with 2 dumbbells, a hand gripper, a Hulkamania headband, a jump rope, and like a poster that was like a diagram of all the exercises. Okay. And then it came with a cassette tape that was narrated by Hulk Hogan. And so he's like, "All right, little Hulkster, get those knees up." And it's just like this, like. It had to be like 45 minutes. I don't remember how long it was, but like it's just him like and this cheesy like 80s music, and that's when I started working out like regularly. I was 9 because of Hulk Hogan.
Oh, we'll see.
I know.
We'll have our inspiration.
I was a little Hulkster. So, and he would talk about, what was it say? Take your vitamins, say your prayers, and what was the other one?
Forgot.
Yeah, he had like 3 things. It's like, take your vitamins, say your prayers, and I don't remember. Sorry, Hulk. But anyway. So you met
So I met Rich.
Yeah.
And I met him at a fitness expo. I'd never been to one before.
Which one?
The LA Fit Expo.
This is the best one. Love it.
It's not anymore.
It's
we don't need to go there.
It's become crazy now. It's like a club now. And I don't like clubs. I say that in like a negative.
Yeah.
Like you walk in and there's girls dancing on the table and like
Did
DJs
you go last
playing.
year?
I think I was on the road.
Okay, yeah, no. Now it's like a swap meet.
Yeah.
No, it's just, There's not hot girls dancing everywhere. There was like a pretty big booth last year that was like a fake company that had like hot chicks.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, it's like they're like clearly cutting costs at booths because
Really?
like they don't have as many booth babes. They have more of like the guys in the shirt and tie that are like trying to sell you the product. And it's like people, we come to look at the bodies.
Yes.
We don't come to look at the product, the guy selling the product. So
Right.
yeah. So I was standing in line to get an autograph from my brother-in-law from Tito Ortiz. And while I'm standing
Huntington Beach bad boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tito's cool. And I love his girlfriend, Amber. She talks to me on social media.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yay! I was supposed to meet her at Babes in Toyland last night. Totally like ships in the wind.
Is that where you
passing
were
in the
last night?
Yep.
Oh, I wonder. I bet my old agent, Scott's roommate, was there. He goes to all
We'll go there later.
Was that the W? Isn't that where
No. It was at the Avalon. W was the hosting hotel to stay
Okay,
at.
got it.
So I was standing in line to meet Tito, got the autograph from her. But while I'm standing in line, there's this massive group of people next to me, and I look over to like try to see what the hell they're huddled around, and I see Rich, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a unicorn, like something you've always heard about but never personally seen.
Uh-huh.
And ever since I was a kid, I'd always kind of had a crush on Arnold because like, when the hell do you see something that looks like that, right?
Of course.
So I get my autograph, whatever, and walk over, and I go to take a picture with Rich, and I'm just like, holy shit, this guy is so hot. And I was like so intrigued by how he looked, and he was so friendly and personable, and just in a little bit that I overheard him talking to people, he clearly had more than 2 brain cells to rub together. Uh-huh. So he totally broke the stereotype of like, I'm a typical, I pick things up and put them down, right. Which I met that guy, who's also very smart, by the way. But, I asked the other guy that worked at the booth, like, hey, what's that guy's name? Does he have social media? And I stalked the shit out of him like a weirdo and made sure that he wasn't taken and, was respectful of that. And I messaged him on Facebook and I was like, it was really nice meeting you. Hopefully our paths will cross again sometime. And
you slid into his DM.
Yeah, I totally slid into that motherfucker's DM.
Okay.
So
that's good. No.
So he messaged me back and he goes, well, we don't live that far apart. We can run into each other whenever we want. Let's go have lunch next week. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. So I was like, open-ended after that, but he really taught me a lot more than I could ever imagine about fitness and training and diet and nutrition. Uh-huh. And his ex-wife is our best friend, Jane, and they were together for like 17 years. And so she like meal prepped for him. She researched everything about like proper diet regimen and everything else and training and cycles. And so she's like really, really like... She's like a walking encyclopedia. She's really, really smart. So she helped him with prepping. And so then when I got together with him, I was kind of wavering. Like I'd gained like 10 pounds back from the 50 I'd lost. So it's kind of like wavering around like 140 almost kind of thing. And she was like, here, I'll help you. Like, let's get you on the keto diet. Like that's what you were doing before, right? I'm like, I don't know what I was doing. So she helped me to like get more tone. And between the two of them training me 7 days a week, I got in much better shape. And even still since his passing, his ex-wife and I still train together sometimes, and we still keep in touch. And
that's nice.
So yeah, it's like totally insane. But that whole little community, like all those people, they're so helpful. And like all the people we know from Golds in North Hollywood through Rich and Jane, like his best friends are now my best friends. Right. So they're like, hey, do you want to work out? Do you want to train? Like if I have questions about something, they always help me. And now I'm actually doing research to become a personal trainer myself. So I'd love to help other people.
That's great. What, I'm just curious. I don't know if you even know, but like, cause how much did he weigh? Like 230?
So the most that I know that he weighed was 315 at one point.
315.
He averaged about 290 to 300 when him and I were together. At the time of his passing, he was like 270 something or 280 when he went into the hospital. When he passed, he was like 220. So
how many calories does somebody with that much mass need?
Oh my God, thousands upon thousands.
Like 7, 8 probably.
I would guesstimate close to 10,000.
That's crazy.
Because he would never sit there and like do the math on it. He's just like, I'm going to have a shit ton of rice. I'm going to have a shit ton of meat. I'm like, all right, sweet. High five, buddy. Like, and he just like looked amazing.
Because guys, I always want to look a certain way out, like, and so that, like, where I am right now, it's exactly how I want to look.
And you look great
on camera, But like, some people are like, no, if you lift weights, you need to be big. It's like, no, I'm actually as big as I want to be. But people always want, well, what do I need to do to get? I'm like, you need to eat more, and they never understand. They're like, oh, I eat a lot. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, it has to be strategic. It has to be, every 2 or 3 hours, and it's probably going to be, if you really want to gain size, eating to the point where like you're not hungry and you're forcing yourself to eat. And that's part of the discipline too. Just as much discipline as it takes to lose weight and to lean out, it takes just as much discipline to gain. I mean, it's a little bit more fun because you can eat whatever, but like it's still hard work.
Yeah.
But people don't get that. They're like, no, I eat it. I'm like, no, you don't. And so you're saying like he's eating like 10,000, like that's crazy.
If I had to guesstimate, because he never measured anything out.
Right.
He would just be like, yeah, that looks about right, and freaking throw it in a bowl and eat it.
But he had been doing it for years.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I tell people, too, is like, I don't know how many calories I eat. If I had to guess every day, like probably like around 35, 100, 4,000. But like, I just eat. I'm like, oh, yeah, same thing. Like, it's like, all right, here's protein, here's my vegetable, here's, my carb, whatever, and that's it. And then all day long, I eat to fuel myself. But I don't know how many calories I eat. I don't care. I just look in the mirror. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like stressing about it. That's another reason why I love the fact that I'm on the keto diet, because I'm just like, ooh, sweet. Guacamole, cheese, sour cream, meat, we're good. Like,
explain keto to someone that maybe has no idea what it is.
So a keto diet means it's supposed to be mostly healthy fats, some protein and vegetables, no carbs, no sugar, no potatoes, no rice, no beans, none of that shit. So you just... Oh, and no fruit, because fruit's got lots of sugar and carbs in it. So
that's tough.
I know that is tough, especially when you like ice cream and you like strawberries. Trust me, man, it's tough. But it's not so tough when you start to see the results and your cravings stop.
Right.
And there are things you can do to help curb your cravings. You can make keto fucking cookies. You can make keto chocolate. Like, I've done it, and I'm like, well, this is actually better than the real thing. Like, so it's totally fine. And they have Halo Top, which I don't recommend doing all the time.
Of course.
But if you need it,
I like it.
Pop it in there to like keep you on track.
Yeah. I eat marijuana before I go to sleep because it's like the only thing that helps me sleep. But sometimes I don't fall asleep right away, and then I start craving things, and that's one of my go-to. Like, all right, I'm stoned, but I'm not going to fuck up my body. So here's some Halo Top, and then that's it. And then it's fine because it's got protein, but it's not like keto, but. I can think of worse things to snack on at 11:30 at night or 12 or whatever.
Yeah, like the Trader Joe's chocolate-covered peanut butter-filled pretzels.
Oh. Yeah, I don't eat those.
Yeah, no, I don't either, but that's like the thing
that would be something.
If I was to probably get stoned and have munchies, that's probably what I'd have my go-to. That would be mine.
In the perfect world, I just fall asleep, but like last night I had a show, so like that's always hard for me to fall asleep after shows. So even if I take my edibles, it's still like I'm still amped up, and so I'm like, all right, well, and so last night that's exactly what I had. I had a little bit of Halo Top, and then we're good. Have you ever tried Halo Top, Paul?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Don't lie.
I do like it. But only the cookie dough one.
Oh, yeah. The cookies and cream one's pretty good, too. But, yeah, cookie dough's good. And they also have it's like a caramel, salted caramel. That's my favorite.
That sounds good.
It's good shit. I know. So you started fitness modeling. And, how does that even happen? Like, you just like, all right, I want to be a fitness model. And you start calling people up?
No.
Or like
not at all. So this is where, like, people are like, oh, you're a fitness model. I'm like, what? I am? Really?
I mean,
because I was trying to be like, Playboy, Playmate, and glamour model for so long. And then it's almost like by default, you're dating Rich Piana, you're a fitness model.
Right.
Like, because he's fit as fuck, I'm like, I feel fat as fuck compared to that guy. And they're like, no, like, you're lean and you look good. So he would set me up with photo shoots with like friends that he had or whatever. And he helped to make me like one of the poster children for our company that we created. And from there, there's been other people that have been like, hey, let's submit you to this magazine or that magazine. I was in Fitness Girls magazine 2014, I think. And I just don't pursue magazines much anymore because now it's not a matter of like you submit and you get in. You have to pay to get into a magazine. So a lot of these girls are like, oh, I'm, Playmate of, Australia for fucking July 2019. And it's like, oh, so you paid $5,000 for the cover?
Wait, are you serious? To be like in what?
I'm totally blowing the lid off of that shit right now because I think that that's stupid.
Wait, okay, let's blow. We're setting a precedent right here.
Well, because I like worked my butt off.
Right.
And I got 5 rejection letters for every time that I went down to Playboy Studios in freaking, Santa Monica or whatever. I got 5 rejection letters. You're cute, but you're not cute enough. All right, sweet, thanks. And now these girls that like don't train clearly, like don't really... I'm sorry, they don't fit the Playboy thing. They're paying to get in the pages of it, and they're paying to get on the cover. But it's also a Playboy affiliate. So it's not like Playboy. It's that these people have paid for the license of the name of Playboy. So like Playboy Australia, Playboy Italy, all this stuff.
Okay, I see.
It's not like actual USA Playboy, which is different now anyway. But in Maxim FHM. So, and I'm blowing the lid off of it because I'm like, well, I don't really want to have to pay $5,000 to be in a magazine or on the cover of a magazine that used to pay us to be in it.
Right.
Like, if you were a Playmate, like Centerfold, they paid you $25,000 to be the Centerfold. And if you got Playmate of the Year, you got $100,000 plus a car. Right? So now they're like, no. We don't got Playmate of the Year. And if you want to be Playmate, it's like $8,000 depending on which one you're going to be the centerfold in. And I'm like, I am not paying everybody else to look at my boobs.
No.
You still need to pay me to look at my boobs.
Yeah.
It's a hefty, expensive investment.
Do you have a Patreon account for people to look at your boobs?
Used to have a Patreon account, and I switched to OnlyFans because it's much more cost effective for everyone. I'm able to like have cheaper pricing on my content for people.
Okay.
And people always assume, oh, if you'll show your boobs, you're willing to do other things. I'm like, no. I do cross the line.
Yeah.
So don't cross the line. I have a line. I don't cross is what I mean. I do have a line.
But there are girls that will do that.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
There's girls that...
You're just not one of them.
Like, how graphic can I be when I'm talking right now?
I mean...
I've seen some extremely graphic shit. Like, I'm going to finger fuck myself for $5 a month.
Oh,
All
really?
access. I'm like, whoa, girl. Like, but that girl's got 30,000 subscribers. Right. So she's making a shit ton per month. Good for you, lady.
Yeah.
But at the same time, by her doing really explicit content for so little, it really fucks with girls like myself that are like, I'm trying to like have a certain level of value to myself and my content, and I'm not talking shit to girls that do that, but you know,
you can talk shit.
I'm just not that girl because I have respect for everybody in their game,
right?
But you really fuck it up for the rest of us that like hold our content and our subscribers to a certain set of standards. So when I start saying like, oh, you can join for only $6 a month, that's when I start getting their subscribers. They're like, where's your pussy pics? How much for a pussy pic? You gonna show me your asshole? I'm like, what? Like I laugh. I'm like, what? Where did you come from? Like, what rock did you crawl out from under?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never like sent a message like that to any person ever. Not that I'm high and mighty, but like, Paul, have you ever written a message like that to like a model of any sort? Yeah. I'm so sorry. Guys are the worst. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize on behalf of
it's
the good guys. Anyway.
But it's to be expected when you're putting stuff like that out there.
Right.
Like, guys, when you start to get an erection, you're not thinking up here anymore. You're thinking down there. So that's why you guys start making dumb comments. Not all, but some.
Yeah, I get it.
So, and it's like the immature people or people from other countries mostly that don't really understand, like, hey, man, you can't really talk to females that way and get a positive response.
Right.
So it's kind of weird. But all of this social media stuff is why we have that as an opportunity.
Right.
So as much as I'm like, oh, I'm bummed I never made it as a Playmate, BOOHOO, it's like, I'm making okay money doing my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And I don't have to expose myself as much if I choose not to. So I'm making more showing less than I would have if I'd made it into Playboy.
Right. I mean, that's a win.
And now it's like being a Playboy Playmate. It's like all these girls say that they're Playmate because they paid to be
That's
a Playmate.
crazy.
It makes me sad.
You just I just found out Santa Claus is not real anymore.
And all those girls are going to be like, fuck you, Chanel. And all the photographers making money off of that are going to be really pissed.
When did this start, let's say? Because, I mean, this hasn't always been the case, I'm sure.
No, as far as I know, with my experience, it's happened within the last, 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of, I don't like that.
I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I looked at a Playboy magazine, to be honest. Not that, I mean, it's just at this point, I'm old enough to where it's I love attractive girls, it's whatever, but I'm not gonna, I don't know. When I was younger, I'd be all about Playboy. I think it's also too that now
it's easily accessible.
Yeah, that's part of it. But I also think as I've gotten older, I'm oh, these girls are way younger than me. This is just weird now. Because when you're a teenager and a college kid, they're oh, one day I'll meet, and now it's I see these girls all the time, and I'm but they're also way younger than me. So it's I don't know, I'm almost their dad. It's weird. It's really weird for me. I'm at a weird point in my life where girls are still attractive, but at the same time I'm oh, but she's so young. It's just weird.
You know what? It's weird for me as a female. I was first boyfriend I ever had. I was 18 and he was 33. And
that's the way to do it.
Dude, my mom was he's a pedophile and you're a slut. I was like, excuse me? I didn't talk to my mom for a year after that.
Really?
Yeah. I was just God, that's so mean, Mom. I've never had a boyfriend before. Why would you say that? He's a pedophile, I'm telling you. So we broke up 4 years later. And I'm still friends with him now. And now I'm the age that he was when he started dating me at 18. And it now creeps me out. I'm ooh, you're not that he's a pedophile. He's not. But it's creepy to think ooh, you were this old when you were dating me that young?
Yeah, it's weird.
And I was so much more naive. And now knowing everything I know now, I'm you're a creeper, sweetheart.
But now,
and we're cool. We're still friends.
But now he's what, 50?
He's almost 50. He's 15 years older than me, so he's 48. He just turned 48.
So it doesn't matter now.
And I asked him that the other day. I'm doesn't that kind of weird you out? He goes, honestly, sometimes I think about it. I'm God, she was so young. That's really weird.
Yeah.
I'm because now I'm the age you were. He's yeah, when you put it into perspective that way, I feel weird. Now he's dating women that are closer to his age.
Okay.
I was yeah, when was that gonna, frat boy mentality gonna, drop off and you were gonna start dating girls your age?
That's a weird thing. So you wouldn't date a guy that was 18?
No. I won't even date somebody my own age.
It's
I can't. I prefer guys that are older. It's just different. They don't raise them like they used to, so their values are different. Their goals relationship-wise are different.
Well, yeah, things are, I mean, once dating apps and swipe apps, before it was Match, eHarmony was the way you met if you wanted to meet people online. But then once they started doing all these it's just they want it fast and
instant gratification and instant replation.
It's just
you said no, okay, next.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, next. I love that song. Yeah, because I never really did online dating for a second, and it's just I'd like just meeting people in real life,
It's much better that way, and also just generally speaking, because I did my fair share of online dating when I was younger. Anybody can be whoever they want online. True. And they swindle you, and they create a script, and they just tell you whatever the hell you need to hear to get in your pants or be weird, and it's just what the hell?
But you can research people now.
Well, now you can. Back then it was you didn't have as much access to figure shit out. So I remember I was going on dates with really creepy, weird dudes going, what? Is this a Twilight Zone or is this a reality show and there's a hidden camera somewhere?
I would make the mistake of sometimes like I did date a few. Like I was like meeting girls online for like a second, and I remember meeting a girl and then kind of like creeping on her like social media, and then like in our date, I said something that she hadn't shared with me yet, but I had discovered through her like through looking at her feed, and she's like, "Did I tell you that?" And I was like, "Yeah, didn't you?" Like, because that's what,
caught creeping.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And then I had to like confess, like, actually, like, I creeped on your Instagram, and I saw that she had like a clothing line or something.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like, I was like, "Oh, how's your clothing line going?" And she's like, "Did I tell you that?" I was like, "Oh, fuck, my bad."
See, and now, if I had to go and do online dating, I wouldn't connect my social media to it at all. And if somebody asked me if I had social media, I would tell them no, because I don't want everybody to just look at what they see me post and make assumptions and think that, oh, that's how she is, because I'm assuming that based on a picture that she posts.
Now, be more specific.
Well, like my OnlyFans content, like it's just me topless, but it's a little risque, and it's like 9 times out of 10, a guy's like, "Oh, well, if you're showing your boobs, like, you're easy." I'm like, no, I'm paying my bills, bitch. Unless you're gonna fucking do it, shut the fuck up and show some respect, yo.
I like it.
So it's that kind of thing that's like rough. Or a lot of people that see, you know, the Rich Piana saga, or they see the drama, the aftermath, all the sadness or whatever. They're like, ooh, she's like a wounded animal. I'm gonna run in here and like fuck her over. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
Whenever I see you post stuff about that, I'm like, I'm just as a spectator, I'm like, look, man, like, just guys, I'm just gonna, hey, what's up, Ty? When guy, I'm like, what goes through guys? The light's not on. That's why. Good job, Paul. It's okay. It's okay. Ty Barnett, guys, give it up for Ty Barnett in the studio. Like, there's just certain ways that you have to go about. Like, if you do want to reach out to a girl online or whatever, like, there's a way to do it right and a way not to do it right. And like a lot of times when you post stuff, I'm like, oh, this is definitely not the right way.
Oh, no. Especially when like they mention my boyfriend who passed away. Like, that's not a great premise. Like,
Like, I say your boyfriend died, so you're probably on the rebound. So like, what's up?
Yeah, the guy that was like, I'm recently divorced. I know the rich died. And I haven't seen you a few years. How's it going? I was like,
weird.
What? Oh, yeah, no, he said he was going through a divorce and in a very interesting time in his life.
Right.
And I'm like, you just are desperate to get your dick wet because you've been dealing with the same vagina for the last 20 years? Is that what you're saying? And he like took so much offense to it. I'm like, do you not realize that's how that read? Hey, I heard your boyfriend died. Can I get my dick wet? Like, and he like called me a fucking bitch and all this other shit. And oh, let me guess, I'm ugly anyway? Like, come on, dude.
Right.
I was like, you need to approach it differently. And I get, you know, he's kind of like, I haven't dated in a while. But to say he's at an interesting time in his life, it sounded so selfish after mentioning, sorry about your boyfriend. If you were really trying to show genuine interest in me for the sake of argument and you knew Rich at all, like, premise with like, hey, how are you doing? So sorry for your loss. Make some conversation and try to like create some sort of base there before you just jump right into, I want to get my dick wet.
Yeah, I get it.
You gotta be classier about it.
Yeah. Lesson, guys. So tell us about your clothing brand. I know you have a clothing brand, right?
Yes.
That we
so
talked
it's
about.
called Positively Evil, but it's spelled EVOL, and it's inspired by Rich because he always would say you can take any negative, turn it into positive. Ultimate negative to positive is evil and love. So anytime you wear something that says Positively Evil, and you take a selfie or look in the mirror, it says love.
It's love backwards.
And all of the shirts have positive affirmations. Rise above and they'll stay beneath you. Fake parts, real hearts. Like, just keep fucking going. Just all things that are just like inspirational.
Okay, I like it. And are there guys and girls?
Yes.
Clothes?
So men's, women's, hoodies, tanks, t-shirts, shorts, hats, all kinds of stuff.
Okay. And what's the site?
PositivelyEVOL.com.
PositivelyEVOL.com. And then what's your social handle for people that want to follow you?
C_NO5. Positively Evil is positively_EVOL. YouTube is under Chanel Renee.
Got it. What's your YouTube like workouts and stuff and
it's different? Like kind of like day in the life sort of shit. So it's like if I'm running my clothing business for the day, showing you guys some behind the scenes. If I'm working on designs, I go and I do my workout, what food I'm eating, if I'm changing my diet at all. Then there's travel vlogs because I love to travel. So I like show people like where to eat, what to do, how to have fun when you're gone. And if you've never been anywhere, like, hey, hopefully this gives you like the experience as if you were there.
That's what I do with gyms. I travel a lot too for comedy, and I'm like, all right, when you're in this city, go to this gym.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite gym?
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on where I'm at. I was just in Oklahoma City last week, and I found a great, it kind of like, it'd probably be like comparable to like a 24-hour fitness, but like the thing is, like, you travel a lot, so you probably know, like, gyms outside of LA tend to, like, people pick up their weights and re-rack them, and like they're clean,
Yes.
whereas like here in LA you're like, well, I don't know where the fuck the dumbbells are, dude. They're just scattered everywhere. And so I always like about like being on the road. It's like, oh yeah, the weights are where they're supposed to be. So it was like great. Like they had everything. They had like a turf with like a sled and ropes and tires and like a wall to throw medicine balls, and then just like the regular traditional like equipment, like everything a gym would have. And like they have like a lot of these gyms like in the South now have these things where like they have like cardio theaters. Have you seen these? Mm-hmm. Where like there's it's like a movie theater.
Some of the Gold's gyms have them, and EOS.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, EOS.
The EOS in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I've seen those. I haven't been to an EOS yet. They have them like Arizona, Nevada. Yeah, and you're just watching a movie in like surround sound on like whatever car. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it was just like cool, but it was called it's called Vasa Fitness. I think there's a chain.
Never heard of it.
That's like, and so that's like one of my new ones. But also like, there's this gym in Boise called Axiom. And those are like, I think they're just like in the Boise area. Those are really cool. Shout out to Axiom Fitness. And there's this really cool gym that I like in La Crosse, Wisconsin, called I'm gonna forget the name of it. Iron Physique Gym, and it's super gritty. Like it's like a bodybuilder gym. Like they got like all the like the trophies, kind of like
nice.
all the bodybuilding trophies and all the pictures of all the people. But they have like chains and like fucking like sledgehammers.
If you like that, you got to go to Metroflex in Long Beach. It's like that.
What's it called?
Metroflex.
Metroflex.
They also have one in Texas, and then there's one I think in like Marietta or some shit. But the one in Long Beach is pretty cool.
Okay. I might have to check it out.
CT Fletcher, like, trained
Oh
at that one.
yeah. Fucking
it's like
Hollywood,
dirty and gritty and
what's his name? Hollywood or Compton Superman?
Is that what they call him?
Yeah.
I'm like, I've met him a few times, but I don't know what his name is.
I'm pretty sure it's Compton Superman. Dude, his videos. So he got big because there was like a couple, like he's like The Rock's gone down there and worked out with him and stuff, but like he'll like cuss at people when he's training them, but like, one more set, motherfucker, one more rep, get that shit, hit that shit, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could talk to people like that when I was working him out, like, come on, motherfucker, and it's just great, dude. But like then he had like a heart attack, and then he kind of has still like continued moving, and he's just like, it's great. I love following him, but cool. I'm glad. So yeah, those are my favorites. What about you?
Gold's in Venice is always like near and dear to my heart.
I feel like I'm too small for that gym.
What?
I'm little. No. I'm like 160. You got to be like at least 220 to work out there.
Don't. If you want to be a part of the eye candy crew, you do. But other than that, no. Like anybody can go in there and work out. It's a great place. It's very motivational to me. That's why I love it. And like everybody's always happy to see me. I'm like, oh my God, I love this place.
Well, who wouldn't be happy to see you?
I don't know. But it's just different because more people know me there. So it's almost like coming home.
Yeah.
And Rich and I used to go there a lot. So Golden North Hollywood is like our home gym.
Okay.
So I love going there as well. But I love the beach. So like going to the ones in Venice is just like so convenient because everything's right there.
It's Mecca.
Yeah.
I mean, that place has history too. Like for me, like as a comic, like I like going to places like the Comedy Store. Or like I was telling him, I was just in Chicago. I was in this comedy club, Zanies, in Chicago, and it's like there's so much history there. So as someone that's like into fitness, like going to like Gold's Gym or like Muscle Beach or something like that, like that's like, you know.
It's so weird because I wasn't. Growing up, I've loved Arnold, but I wasn't really like into fitness.
Yeah.
And then with being with Rich, I got the appreciation for it, and it's just like stuck with me because I'm like, God damn, these people like work hella hard. Like I think I'm working hard to lose like 50 pounds and keep it off. Like these motherfuckers work really hard. So it's very motivational. Whenever I'm like, oh man, like I don't want to do another rep, or I just want to go have like a pint of ice cream, and then you see like IFBB Pro walk in like hard as a rock, and she looks amazing, and you're like, all right, I'm going on the step mill. I'm never gonna look like that, but at least I'm not gonna just like be this like Jabba the Hutt walking in the gym, you know.
Have you ever seen? There's like this meme it's like a picture of like Gold's Gym in like I'm assuming like the 70s. It's like Arnold, Lou Ferrigno, like all these like big time bodybuilder guys, and it's like a gym in 1970 or something like that. And then and they're all like working out like hard, and then it goes a gym in 2000 like whatever, and it's like all these dudes sitting on their machine.
Phones?
Yeah,
I've seen that meme.
It's so funny,
that's so
dude.
accurate.
Because that's how it is now. Like everyone just like I'm just like, dude, like my trick now is I just put my phone either in my bag or something. Like I don't even touch it. I put my headphones on and then I just work out because you're gonna be distracted by it. So that's my trick. leave your phone somewhere where you like. Obviously, if you're on Bluetooth, like in your headphones, you need it close by, but just put it away somewhere where you're not distracted by it, and then just get your shit done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chanel.
Thank you.
Follow Chanel, you guys. Do you have anything coming up like that you want to promote or anything?
Not at this time. Just I came out with my my winter line launch, and that's all I have until spring comes around. I do the spring launch.
Okay.
So.
All right. Cool. Thank you so much for coming in. Follow her, and I'm going to be all around town for the next few weeks because I'm done touring for about 2 months. So if you want to come see me, just check out my website, www.petersurs.com. This has been The Camera Adds 10 Pound, you guys, and thanks for listening, and tell a friend. Thanks, guys. Bye.